What's up, you guys? It's Paul here from the 95 Investors Club channel here. In this video, I wanted to give you a quick update on Trump's tweet about abruptly scrapping stimulus discussions and how that affected the stock market, okay? On top of that, I'm going to share some ideas on how I'm playing this stock market move using options to see if that's something that can help you out, okay? So just to quickly show you what Trump tweeted, Trump wrote in a series of tweets Tuesday afternoon around 2:30, 2:45 p.m. that he has instructed his representatives to stop negotiating until after the election, when immediately after he wins, he would pass a major stimulus bill that focuses on hardworking Americans and small businesses, okay? Now, this was completely abrupt because the negotiations have been going on for a couple of months now. They were seemingly getting close to agreeing on what to include in the new stimulus bill, but the fact that he's suddenly and abruptly canceled the stimulus check or any discussions until after election is completely bad news for investors. Okay, there are still a lot of people struggling out there with regards to their income. A lot of people still haven't gotten back their jobs. In fact, in this video here, actually Jerome Powell talks about how the lower quartile of people from an income perspective still haven't recovered. About 21% of them still haven't recovered their jobs, which is really, really terrible news, okay? So a lot of people are still relying on getting that next stimulus check, and the fact that Trump just decided to abruptly cancel any talks is terrible news for the investors, which is exactly why we saw an immediate pullback in the stock market earlier today, okay? Now, even based on this news, Nancy Pelosi said that too little support would lead to a weak recovery, creating unnecessary hardship for households and businesses. Over time, household insolvencies and business bankruptcies would rise, harming the productive capacity of the economy and holding back wage growth. Okay, now by contrast, the risks of overdoing it seem for now to be smaller. Even if policy actions ultimately prove to be greater than needed, they will still not go to waste. Okay, and this is exactly what even Jerome Powell was talking about, because even he understands that next set of stimulus package is actually what's going to help with the economic recovery that we are still seeing. Okay, it was the first package of about $2.2 trillion that was posted that really helped out the economy, and that's what really led to the bounce in the stock market. And even the Fed chair thinks that only if they give out another stimulus package that has been scrapped right now, that's what would lead to a better recovery in the market and in the economy. Okay, so this is bad news, guys. Definitely exactly what's leading to this crash that we are seeing right now. Not exactly a crash, but this strong pullback that we saw. And yeah, if you actually look into the stock intraday, it was doing pretty well. It hit almost $342. The S&P 500 spiced ETF here. But yeah, as soon as the tweet came out, it just crashed really fast because, again, investors don't like uncertainty. Investors don't like the fact that there's no more stimulus package that could potentially keep lifting up the economy like it has been, okay? So having said that, in my opinion, right now, the best way to trade this kind of a market move is actually through credit spreads, where you're betting against the market, but you're not buying put options, which could potentially work against you if SPY does still go up, okay? So I usually don't buy put options because with put options, you have to be really perfect with your timing and with your strike price and everything. And a lot of times, if it doesn't go your way, you might actually lose money just from the premium crush more than the market price itself or the stock price itself. So credit spreads are what I'm going with here, guys. I got this October 16th 347 credit spread, where I bought 5 of the 347 calls and sold 5 of these 345 calls and got a credit of $230. Okay, now the goal for this would be that SPY needs to stay below $345 by October 16th, and in that case, both the calls would expire worthless, and I would get to keep the full $230 credit. Okay. So earlier in the day, when SPY was reaching 342, I was getting a little nervous because that was too close to the short position that I had. But yeah, in a way, for credit spreads, it's good when the market actually drops, and so which is why the credit actually dropped down. Okay, so I want this to turn to 0 by October 16th, and I would get to keep the full credit. Another trade that I placed here again is an Iron Condor on SPY again. This one expires on October 30th, so I gave myself a little more time. In this case, what I did was I placed a call credit spread where I bought 5 of the 352 calls and sold 5 of the 350 calls. And on the put credit side, I bought 5 of the 318 puts and sold 5 of the 320 puts, and a combination of a call credit spread and a put credit spread is called an iron condor, okay? And what this means is I need SPY to stay between 320 and 350, which are both the short positions, and as long as it stays between that, I'll get to keep the full $450 credit that I got from opening this iron condor, okay? So even if you look at trading view here, you see that it has been trading in this channel for quite a while now, and even the Bollinger Band here gives you a hint that it is going sideways for the most part, which is why I put in an iron condor here. So until this uncertainty regarding the election, regarding the stimulus package gets resolved, I think there's a good chance we may trade a little bit sideways with a lot of volatility in between, but potentially within a channel, okay? So when you have situations like that, iron condors are your best bet, as long as you choose a far enough out of the money options so that all of them expire worthless, okay? Another trade that I placed here is actually a Tesla iron condor, where I bought 4 of the 500 calls and sold 4 of the 490 calls for the call credit side. And on the put credit side, I bought 4 of the 365 puts and sold 4 of the 375 puts, okay? And for 4 of these iron condors, I collected a credit of $2,062. And as long as Tesla stays between 375 and 490, I'll get to keep the full credit, okay? And the reason I chose the strike prices in such a way is also because Tesla has been trading in a channel between the all-time highs of around 500 or slightly under 500 and the 50-day moving average, which is about 382. So I just picked strike prices slightly below the all-time high and slightly below the 50-day moving average as the short positions. And as long as Tesla stays between these two, this iron condor will expire worthless and I'll get to keep the full credit, okay? So anytime when you see stocks or the market trading sideways like this within a channel, spreads and iron condors are your best options, guys, because if you buy just calls or put options, you need to be really accurate with your timing. And if you're too early on your call option, you may lose a lot of money, either if the trade doesn't go your way or if it trades sideways and you just lose money just by the premium crush, or if you're too early on your bearish position with your puts, then the same thing can happen where you lose money on the put side, okay? But with credits, even if there is a premium crush, because it's a spread, both the long and short position will reduce in value similarly, and that way you get to keep the full credit that you get for any credit spreads, okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys in terms of the stock market, as well as the kind of trades that I'm placing right now. Wanted to give you another quick reminder about the Discord channel here. I recommended this iron condor trade right here pretty much earlier today when I placed this trade right away, as well as the credit spread here that I talked about earlier in the video. So if you want to get real-time trade alerts like this, please be sure to join the Discord group. It's completely free, link in the description as well as in the pinned comment. And if you enjoyed it, guys, please just smash the like button. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already, okay? Thanks again for watching, and until next time.